McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he called out Floyd Mayweather, questioning the legitimacy of his claims about owning $42 million in 60 buildings. Mayweather's flashy numbers have been repeatedly denied by credible sources who argue that the wealth Floyd brags about is largely exaggerated. Despite the public image of a financial empire, it turns out Mayweather's supposed fortune might be a house of cards built on lies and false promises.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also, money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah. Because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. And all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
As seen in his evolution, Floyd moved from being an exciting boxing fighter to becoming Money Mayweather. Joe Rogan commented on how Floyd stopped focusing on the thrill of boxing and instead began to care more about money while frequently disrespecting his opponents.
Floyd went from being like a real exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan has also pointed out that Floyd is not remembered only for his boxing ability, but more for the amount of money he holds. He's one of the most famous boxers in history, yet Rogan criticizes the idea of him entering MMA, clearly stating that Floyd would get destroyed in that sport. This reflects how even respected commentators have questioned his actual adaptability and skill outside boxing.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on to get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be a 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In another instance, Joe Rogan highlighted Floyd's power by telling the story of how Mayweather allegedly fired a referee in the middle of a fight. Rogan emphasized that such a move could only be pulled off by someone like Floyd, who's at the very top of boxing both in terms of fame and influence. This moment again shows how deeply Floyd's money impacts every corner of his career.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the f are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insane.
According to Rogan, Floyd's unmatched competitiveness came from his upbringing. His father and uncle were both deeply competitive and taught him to push himself in everything he did. This shaped him into the dominant fighter he became in his prime. However, this competitive nature also seems to have spilled into how he approaches business and wealth today.
We'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
Floyd once claimed he earns $3 million every month, suggesting that he makes more than Bill Gates. While these statements might impress fans, anyone familiar with how boxing paydays and pay-per-view models work would know these claims are more fantasy than fact. Experts have largely dismissed such numbers, pointing out that they just don't add up realistically.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, 300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd has always spoken about how money is central to his life. He even says he wants his children to follow in his footsteps and do the same business as he does. His main focus, he says, is creating generational wealth. But this philosophy has also made him a target of criticism from those who believe he prioritizes cash over character.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Despite his massive earnings, there are several reports and allegations that Floyd owes money to other fighters. One of the most high-profile of these stories comes from rapper 50 Cent, who said Floyd scammed him out of $2 million when Floyd was in jail. He asked 50 to take care of his promotion. 50 Cent invested money, but later claimed Floyd acted like he didn't know anything once he was released.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you going to give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you going to give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I got to ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face, and he told me to do that.
50 Cent didn't stop at just one story. He later revealed that many people in Floyd's circle actually dislike him. According to 50, Floyd is obsessed with money and lacks basic values. He claimed that Floyd constantly brags about wealth and status, making it difficult for anyone to respect him beyond his boxing record.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Do you think he step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.